Welcome back, and I lied in the last video. I'm not going to go over the partner features in this video. What I'm going to do is finish off things in the mortgage file, and one big thing is the conditions tab. So we all know working on mortgage conditions, once we get that commitment, is probably the most painful part about our whole entire job, and it's because we're not really organized with a proper checklist on managing those conditions. So what you can do in the conditions tab is you can click get started. Now you can have templates. In this case, we don't have a template already. So we're going to go add custom condition, and you'll essentially write in the condition that you have with that commitment. So essentially the process would be you get the commitment, come in here, select from your templates. Hopefully you'll have a lot eventually, but as you start, you won't have many. So you'll just start one by one. And it can be as easy as like December bank statement. Let's say number 1, 2, 3, 4 for, say, Kyle was the borrower as an example. So you could add a description and a category if you want, and you can also save it for future use. That way, if you need to ask for this again, you can easily do so. Obviously, you wouldn't really be asking for this exact thing because you have an account number in the title, but you get the point. You can have a bunch of different templates as a baseline, and then customize them slightly. That way they match your conditions fully. So when I click add, it's going to add that condition. Oh, sorry, it's going to add it as a template, and then you add the condition. My apologies. And it's going to add the condition to the list. So now we can add another one. We can go in here. We could say, let's say investment account statement number 3456. So you get the point. Now you can add in all your conditions. So typically the best process would be going through your commitment, seeing what's needed, being very thorough, adding them all in here. And this is where you can essentially track your progress. So needs attention would obviously be you don't even have it yet from the client. You need to ask for it. And then once it's received by the client, you can mark it as received. Once it's actually sent to the lender, you can mark it as sent to lender. And then once the lender's actually confirmed that it's okay, you can mark it as approved. And then it's going to track your progress along the top here. So you'll have your big list that you can work through. If you want to add notes or you have an underwriter, you can add notes to the specific condition as well. And you can also mention people on your team, and then it's going to send them an email about that condition. So there's a lot of cool features involved with the condition management, but even just the ability to make the checklist and then track the progress of that condition, whether it's sent to the lender, whether you've received it from a client or not, is super, super helpful. And another cool thing is if you actually go back to the pipeline card will actually show all your conditions along the bottom. So you can see one's been approved, one's been sent off the lender. If you had some that still needed attention and some that were received but not sent out, they would show there as well. So it's really easy to go through your pipeline and glance what's still left with most files. That way you know which ones you got to hop on. So hopefully that feature is very helpful and you can find some use in it. Otherwise, you could easily just use our checklist feature and create a checklist of conditions and go through it that way.